going? I got my internet pretty much fixed. Can you hear me all right? Hi, Philbaka, how's it going? Welcome. No. Alright. Just giving myself a little refresher on what I did last week. Cool. Yeah, I had this internet adapter thing I was using to get internet up to my office, and the adapter failed, so I had to come up with an alternate solution that ended up taking a while to figure out what I needed to do. I got it. Pretty sure I got it solid now. It's not like a completely permanent solution, but it works for the time being. Just kind of taking stock of what I have. So I was doing a little bit of image gathering in my PureRef board. Been grabbing a few more images from Sleeping Beauty. I really like the Maleficent's castle and the main castle. So I'm thinking I'm gonna kind of like block in a similar type of thing for the background to kind of give you like some visual goals. And then there's also like this is from like I think when they were concepting the castle for Disneyland. I like these trees. So I think what I'm probably going to do is going to make a couple different sort of like background assets to kind of like set the world a little bit. Give you like an idea of where you want to go. Yeah. And Maleficent's castle has so much cool stuff. These cool gargoyles that are like borderline terrifying. So many cool backgrounds in Sleeping Beauty. Like this shot here, this looks like an Elden Ring boss arena. This is where you would fight a horrible beast in Elden Ring. Let's go this up. Make some room. Where are these pictures? Super cool. And then there were also there's some really cool concept ones. Yeah. And also like the fact that this was all done like with actual paint. Look at that. It's so freaking cool. Such like evocative. There's story in those pictures, not just yeah, that's true. Kingdom Hearts Maleficent battle. It's been a long time since I played a Kingdom Hearts. But man, these backgrounds are something else. Those cracks in the ground are really cool. Like the ruined walls and stuff. I want to explore this like, dungeon area. Yeah, the colors are very good. Don't care as much about the one that they did in the Maleficent movies. Grab some more of the good castle too. Classic Ivan de Earl concept painting. The shapes are just so cool, and like this even like would work in a game where, you know, you're kind of sectioning off areas of these cliffs. Like these this tree look like forest looks like area you couldn't go through. That's cool. Close up of a tower. And I think a lot of this stuff too, like I already have textures that I could use to make this sort of stuff. So I think I just need to like block some of it in Blender. This shot's cool too. It's like when they're burning all the spinning wheels. It's sick. Lighting is so cool. Yeah, like this cool courtyard. Alright. That should be enough to like get me started with some ideas. Yeah, the simple landscapes. Yeah, it's very cool. So let's look at our outdoor scene. Because right now it's super basic, not that interesting. Not much going on. which is fine for like playing around. Let's see. So I think I'm just gonna start with a new Blender scene here. And let's delete our default cube. Don't need a camera or a light either. And I'm gonna add a plane for the ground. And I'm gonna subdivide it a few times. Hold on. Let's make this a real big plane. And we want it to be like probably 100 meters. Throw maybe like a couple more. Might have been a bit much, but now we can go in like in sculpt mode and like move stuff around. Godot doesn't really have a terrain generation tool. There is one that I've played around with a little bit, but it's like an add-on that you have to get. Let's just say like this is the hill where our castle is going to be. Cylinders that we can use as towers. I'm just imagining. I'm trying to remember Let me look it up. It might just be called terrain tool. It's terrain 3D. I think. Let me see. So I think terrain 3D was the one that I messed around with. But it might have been M terrain. No, that doesn't look familiar. There's a handful of different ones, but yeah, I think this terrain 3D is probably the most popular one. Say like we're looking at it from down here. Maybe this one's taller. So these towers need to be up. This is also one of those things where it's like, I don't really care if it makes sense, it just needs to look cool. Let's see, let me... Yeah, like this image here, it's like so many towers and they're all over the place and they're all different sizes and shapes, and like it's got this little like bridge thing connecting two of them. You got some things that look like sort of house shapes, but then there's a bunch of towers. probably want this to like meet up with this tower here. Reminds of Dark Souls since you can often spot landmarks. Yeah, exactly. This is what Walt Disney would call a weenie, which is a funny term, but it's basically like a thing in the distance that guides your eye and kind of helps you like orient yourself. That's kind of what they used the castle at the Disney theme parks as a visual landmark that you can kind of see from anywhere. Yeah, so it's the idea is like you're dangling like a sausage in front of a dog, like a weenie. But yeah, it's a term you hear sometimes in game design. It's usually just like a visual landmark type of thing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start putting some like cone-shaped caps on some of these. Actually, something like this. Here's a fun little trick you can do. You can do this thing called checker deselect, so it'll basically select every other. Yeah. Get all castle-y looking. So I think one thing I can do as well is like, I grab a bunch of these, and then I grab this one. I can do like a transfer mesh data. Or no, let's yeah, let's grab all of these. Grab this one and then Now we can like kind of move some of these up and down to make them a little more interesting. I think I'm gonna do a similar select that, extrude that up. It doesn't have to look nice. Looking a lot more castle-y now. And we do want to have like something that looks like an entrance here. I think what we can do is one of the cool things about, because I linked the geometry on this, if I make any changes to like this original mesh, let's just say like scooch this down, it gets reflected on all of them. Like let's We could also like change the shape of this a little bit. Actually, I should be hitting Alt D when I duplicate this, because that will make a linked duplicate, which is more of what I want. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Go ahead and save this. Thank you. It's gonna be pretty far in the distance. I think in like eventually further down the road, maybe we can go to the castle, but I just want to have cool stuff in the background, because right now it's kind of just an empty skybox, you know? Not even clouds or anything. There's just a horizon and a gradient and a sun. So yeah, I want to make some stuff that could be interpreted as like forests and mountains and stuff like that. It would be kind of funny if, like, say, like, the player is in like an area that's over here, like if you could see both the like a good guy castle and a bad guy castle in the same shot. So let me Hello. Welcome. I'm making a castle. It's gonna make this a new, gonna be emissive, and it's just gonna be black. So it's gonna be, well, I'll make it like a dark. So don't. I think I'm just gonna make a separate material for the top part here. I'm gonna make it like a blue. Yeah. I'm gonna make someone's gonna put it kind of like a bluish greenish, less saturated. Yeah. I maybe should have made these separate pieces so I can UV them better, but yeah, it's fine. Let's have something weird happening here. Again, also fine. Let's modify. There we go. Follow active quad is a very useful UVing tool that basically it tries to size the UVs so they're a similar size to the one that you have actively selected. Still a little big, but let's figure out what's going on with this. I think if I It's alright. And then these ones, that, and then these faces will throw this blue. It looks funky. I think I just need to these ones. And I thought I made these linked, but object link object. I'm gonna have the shading for this material here. We still need to make these chunks have that same material. Looking pretty castle-y, if you ask me. Especially when you're gonna see it from like this far away. There's some weird texture, I don't want to say like misalignment, but it's like it must be where there's a seam or something. Oh, I think I see what it is. Maybe? No. It's happening like in the middle of this section. Right here. Yeah, I think it's just the way that it's tiling. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that's turning out. Yeah, especially given that I didn't spend that long on it. Maybe like an hour. How long have I been streaming? Not even an hour. Thank you for the hydrate. Alright, what if we where is that materials? No. That's where I just was. Models. Environment. Yeah, I don't know where those textures ended up. That's fine. Yeah, we are about to have ads. In a couple minutes. Gonna do a quick stretch. Yeah, we could have like a road coming out from the castle. Maybe some like fences along it. And then have like a row of forest here. But yeah, what I'm imagining we're gonna do with this is sort of do like a forced perspective type thing. Where the model it's going to be closer than it would be in real life, but just smaller, so it looks like it's further off in the distance. Actually, I could go ahead and move this to a castle collection. ground. So if I select everything, I export it as a VLTF. We put it in our models. Let's selected objects, data, export material. Well, we don't need skinning or animation. Mesh, apply. Export. It's thinking. Ah, there we go. All right. So if we drop that in here, we just like, you know, stick it off in the distance. And maybe we do need to make it bigger. New game. curious as to why parts of it look darker than others. Might just be why. Shouldn't have any like inverted normals or anything. Maybe I do. Let's double check. Show me the normals. Nope. I dropped the castle in the into the title screen scene because I thought it would be kind of neat. Maybe it should be higher up. Maybe I'll cheat the perspective a little bit by rotating it. That's too far over now. Yeah, I think the materials are just kind of funky. Alright, so we could, let's see. Okay, so I do have a grass material here. Texture is outdoor, okay. So we can grab this one. This is materials. Nope. Textures, outdoor, grass. And then this one will be materials, brick. There we go. That's good enough for now. Okay, one thing I am going to do is I am going to make duplicate versions of these materials that I'm using here, so I can make changes to them without ruining the main versions. So we'll say this one's brick. Yeah. I'll duplicate this one. I'll call this brick. Background. And then we got the stone tile. I'm gonna duplicate that one. Call it roof background. Here we can switch this to roof background castle. This one to brick background castle. And this way we can adjust the texture tiling and color and stuff separately. Like, yeah, these are using triplanar, which we don't need them to do since we did technically UV them. We can change the texture scale, whatever we want. We could get rid of the normal map, I think, because it's so far in the distance that like the normal map's not really adding anything. I don't think. Yeah, it actually I think looks better without it. And then the same with the roof. Will turn off the normal map. We will turn off triplanar. I actually didn't use this, so we will keep the triplanar actually, but we will make it the darker blue. I'll bump up the scale quite a bit. There we go. And let's just regular triplanar, not world triplanar. Yeah. Doesn't have to look great up close because we're gonna see it from a distance. Cool. Now, I think that was some good progress for today. Kind of running out of steam. I got off to a late start, and it is when I normally wrap up. So I will find us somebody to raid. Should be back on Tuesday. Couldn't be having any more technical difficulties with my internet. Got that sorted out. So let's see. None of our usual raid targets are online. Any suggestions? So we could raid Solomon Gumball. Doing some animation, it looks like. Yeah, we'll go ahead and raid Solomon Gumball. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Had fun making this cool little castle. And I should be back next Tuesday. Maybe we'll make another castle. Maybe we'll make some other stuff for the background. And start blocking in some levels. Yeah, thanks. Hope y'all have a good weekend. I'll see you later.